Imagine you're hiking through a remote Indonesian island. The air is thick. The jungle is dead silent. And then you hear it. A slow, heavy dragging sound in the grass behind you. You turn around, and there it is, 10 feet long, over 150 pounds. It's black, forked tongue flickering in the air, tasting you. It already knows you're there. It already knows you're warm. And now, it's deciding whether you're worth the effort. This is not a dinosaur. This is not a monster from a movie. This is a Komodo dragon, and it is very, very real. Welcome back. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button right now, because we cover the most insane, jaw-dropping, terrifying facts about the animal kingdom. And today, we're going deep into the world of the deadliest lizard on Earth. Leave a like if you want more content like this. It genuinely helps the channel grow, and trust me, you're going to want to be here for everything we're about to uncover. Let's start with something that almost nobody talks about, the Komodo dragon's tongue. That long, black, forked tongue you see constantly flicking in and out of its mouth. That's not just a weird quirk. That is one of the most sophisticated sensory weapons in the entire animal kingdom. Every single time that tongue touches the air, it is collecting microscopic chemical particles and delivering them to a special organ on the roof of its mouth called the Jacobson's organ. This organ basically acts as a supercomputer that processes smell and taste simultaneously. The result? A Komodo dragon can detect the scent of blood, fresh, living blood, from up to 6 miles away. 6 miles. Through dense jungle, over hills, across rivers. If you are bleeding anywhere in a 6-mile radius of one of these animals, it knows. And it is already moving toward you. Now here's where it gets even more unsettling. Komodo dragons don't just wander around hoping to stumble on prey. They hunt with terrifying intelligence and patience. They will follow a single animal, a deer, a pig, a goat, for hours, sometimes days, staying just far enough back to not trigger a panic. They read terrain. They use the landscape to funnel prey into ambush points, lying completely motionless in tall grass, blending in with the earth beneath them, waiting for the exact right moment. And when that moment comes, what happens next is nothing short of a horror movie. The Komodo dragon erupts from cover with a speed that shocks everyone who sees it for the first time. People assume these things are slow because of their size. They are not. These animals can sprint at up to 13 miles per hour in short bursts. That's faster than most humans can run when they're panicking and unprepared on rough terrain. The attack is explosive, a full-body lunge, legs churning, that massive tail acting as a counterweight. And then come the teeth. 60 of them, serrated like a shark's, curved backward so that once they sink in, pulling away Tyr's flesh rather than releasing it. But here's the thing that makes a Komodo dragon's bite unlike anything else on the planet. It's not just the teeth. For decades, scientists believed that the Komodo dragon's secret weapon was the bacteria in its mouth. A filthy, festering cocktail of over 50 strains of deadly bacteria that would infect wounds and slowly kill prey over hours or days. That story became legend. And while the bacteria are real and absolutely horrifying, researchers discovered something even more alarming underneath the gum tissue of the lower jaw. Venom glands. Active, functioning venom glands that secrete a complex cocktail of anticoagulants, chemicals that prevent blood from clotting. What this means in practice is devastating. The moment a Komodo dragon bites you, your blood stops clotting at the wound site. You begin to bleed, and you cannot stop. Combined with the tearing, serrated teeth, and the bacteria pouring into the wound, a single bite from a Komodo dragon can begin a process of slow, unstoppable internal collapse. Prey that escapes the initial attack doesn't escape for long. The dragon simply follows the blood trail. It has all the time in the world, and it is remarkably patient. There are documented cases where Komodo dragons have tracked wounded prey for several kilometers over multiple days, never losing the scent, never giving up. They are the ultimate persistence predators on land. The prey, whether it's a deer, a wild pig, or in rare and terrifying cases, a human being, will eventually weaken. And the dragon will be there when it does. Speaking of what these creatures eat, prepare yourself, because this goes far beyond anything you'd expect from a lizard. Komodo dragons are apex predators with appetites that seem physically impossible. A single Komodo dragon can consume up to 80% of its body weight in one meal. Think about what that means for a 150-pound animal. That's 120 pounds of meat, bone, hide, and organ consumed in a single sitting. And they don't just eat small animals. They take down water buffalo. Fully grown, enormous water buffalo that weigh over 1,500 pounds. The strategy is to deliver a bite to the leg or underbelly, open a bleeding wound, and then retreat and wait. The water buffalo, massive, powerful, seemingly invincible, will die over hours or days from blood loss and infection, while the Komodo dragon follows patiently behind it. When the kill is finally complete and the feeding begins, it is one of the most savage scenes in nature. A pack of Komodo dragons at a carcass is pure chaos. They tear into the body with incredible force, shaking their heads violently to rip off chunks of meat. Their powerful neck muscles and their saw-like teeth allow them to consume not just flesh but bones, hooves, and hide. They will eat nearly everything. The only things they typically leave behind are the stomach contents and large intestine of the prey. And they accomplish all of this with shocking speed. A large carcass can be stripped to nothing in under 20 minutes when multiple dragons are feeding. But here's where the story gets genuinely dark. Because those multiple dragons, they don't always wait politely for each other to take turns. Komodo dragons are cannibals. Not occasionally, not as a last resort, routinely. Larger Komodo dragons will actively hunt and eat smaller ones. They will raid each other's food. And when food is scarce, there are no rules at all. This is why juvenile Komodo dragons spend the first several years of their lives entirely in the trees, something most people have no idea about. Baby Komodos are tiny, vulnerable, and absolutely on the menu for every adult in their territory. So they climb. They live up in the forest canopy, hiding in branches, hunting insects, small birds, eggs, and small lizards. They will not come down to the ground until they are large enough to at least have a chance of surviving the encounter with a full-grown adult. Even then, juveniles will roll in the feces of other animals, a disgusting but effective strategy to mask their scent and make themselves less appetizing to larger dragons. The survival story of a baby Komodo dragon is one of the most brutal in the natural world. These hatchlings emerge from eggs already equipped with sharp claws and that flickering tongue, but they weigh less than 3 ounces. They have to run almost immediately, not from predators outside the species, but from their own mother. Female Komodo dragons do not bond with their young. The maternal instinct is essentially absent. Once the eggs hatch, the juveniles are on their own, and if they're not fast enough to escape, they may become a meal for the very animal that laid the eggs. Nature does not care about sentiment, and Komodo dragons seem to understand this on a fundamental level. What makes the reproduction story even stranger, and this genuinely sounds like science fiction, is that female Komodo dragons can reproduce without a male. The process is called parthenogenesis, and it means a female can produce fertile eggs entirely from her own genetic material, without any fertilization. The offspring of parthenogenesis are always male. Scientists believe this adaptation may have evolved to allow isolated females, perhaps stranded on an island, to establish a new population by eventually mating with their own sons. Let that sink in for a moment. This animal has a built-in emergency reproductive protocol that can restart a population from a single individual. It is one of the most extraordinary biological adaptations ever discovered in a vertebrate animal. Now, let's talk about what a Komodo dragon's day actually looks like, because it reveals something fascinating about their intelligence and adaptability. They are largely solitary. They have territories they patrol, and they are aware of each other's presence and movements through scent marking. Dominant males hold the best territories, areas with reliable water sources, good hunting grounds, and elevated basking spots. They regulate their body temperature throughout the day by moving between sun and shade, because like all reptiles, they are ectothermic. They rely on external heat sources to maintain body temperature. In the early morning, they bask on sun-warmed rocks, getting their metabolism up to speed. By mid-morning, they begin hunting. They will rest during the hottest part of the day, often in shallow burrows they dig themselves. And in the late afternoon, they hunt again before returning to shelter at night. Their intelligence is genuinely surprising. Komodo dragons have been observed learning. In zoos and wildlife facilities, individual animals have shown the ability to recognize their keepers, to anticipate feeding routines, and to problem-solve obstacles to reach food. They display what researchers describe as curiosity, an active investigation of novel objects and situations that goes beyond simple stimulus-response behavior. One researcher described a captive Komodo dragon that would consistently perform a specific behavior to get a keeper's attention during feeding, essentially training the human. For a reptile, this level of behavioral complexity is extraordinary. But perhaps nothing captures the raw power and danger of a Komodo dragon quite like the recorded attacks on humans. These are not myths. These are not exaggerations. They happen. In 2007, a Komodo dragon attacked and killed an 8-year-old boy on Komodo Island, the first confirmed human fatality from a Komodo dragon attack in many years. In 2009, a group of divers whose boat ran aground on a remote island were stalked and attacked by Komodo dragons. One man required emergency surgery after being bitten on the leg. In 2017, a fisherman was attacked while resting under a tree on Reptile Island. Park rangers with long sticks managed to drive the animal away, but not before significant damage was done. These attacks share common elements. They often happen when a person is alone, resting or crouching near the ground in a position that triggers the dragon's prey response, or in situations where the animal has lost its natural fear of humans due to proximity to tourist areas. Rangers who work in Komodo National Park carry forked sticks to fend off animals and never walk the trails alone. The threat is treated seriously by everyone who lives and works there. And here's a fact that will genuinely disturb you. Scientists studying the bite mechanics of Komodo dragons have found that their jaw muscles are actually relatively weak compared to other large predators of similar size. They can't crush bone the way a hyena can. They can't deliver the pure pressure of a crocodile bite. What they can do is lock on and hold with those backward curved teeth while the entire body twists and shakes to tear off flesh. And what their jaws lack in crushing force, the rest of the body more than compensates for. Their neck muscles are extraordinary. Their legs, though built for short bursts rather than endurance, are immensely powerful. Their tail, used for balance during sprints and for defense against rival dragons, can deliver a strike capable of knocking a grown man off his feet. When male Komodo dragons fight each other, it is one of the most dramatic confrontations in the reptile world. During breeding season, competition for females and territory escalates into full physical combat. Two large males will rear up onto their hind legs, supported by their tails, and grapple with their forearms, essentially wrestling in an upright position, each trying to throw the other to the ground. The larger, heavier animal almost always wins, pinning the rival down before it can escape. Remarkably, these fights rarely result in death. The loser submits and retreats. But the injuries can be serious, and wounds sustained in dominance battles create openings for infection in an animal that lives in a bacteria-laden environment. There is something almost mythological about the Komodo dragon. It is not hard to understand why indigenous peoples of the Lesser Sunda Islands wove these animals into their legends and folklore, treating them as ancient spirits or dangerous gods to be respected and appeased. When you see one in person, really see one up close, that flat ancient head turning toward you, those yellow eyes fixing on your position, that tongue tasting the air between you, something deeply primitive in your brain fires a warning. This is an old predator. This is what fear looked like before humans convinced themselves they were at the top of everything. There are currently between 3,000 and 5,000 Komodo dragons remaining in the wild, restricted to the islands of Komodo, Rinca, Flores, Gili Matang, and Gili Dasami in Indonesia. They are listed as endangered on the IUCN Red List, threatened by habitat loss, the impact of human encroachment, and the cascading effects of climate change on their island ecosystems. Komodo National Park was established in 1980 and designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1991 to protect the remaining population and their habitat. But the future of this species is not guaranteed. The same animal that has survived on Earth for millions of years, that outlasted the dinosaurs it resembles, that adapted through ice ages and geological upheaval, is now facing pressures it did not evolve to handle. And maybe that's the most sobering fact of all. That something this ancient, this powerful, this perfectly engineered for survival, something that can kill a water buffalo and smell blood from 6 miles away and reproduce without a mate, is vulnerable. Not to tooth and claw, but to us. The Komodo dragon has been on this planet for 4 million years. It has earned its place. It has more than earned our respect. And if we're not careful, it may remind us, in the most direct way possible, what the world looks like when an apex predator decides that it has nothing left to fear. Stay curious, stay humble, and never, ever kneel down in the grass on Komodo Island.